Hello, thank you for tuning in. My name is Larry Duncan Allen. This is No More Water, Fire, Next Time. If you notice, my title is talking about Democratic Party and feminism. I got my cash app over there. Hit my cash app if you can. I want to start bringing more programming to you and going out to other cities and bringing programming to you. Because if you're not just like and share the program, you like and share the fighting and the twerking and foolish stuff, when I share my program. If I brought some twerkers in here, would you all support me then? Or I brought some people when I covered some fights, which most of them fake anyway. But look, if you notice my title, I'm talking about the Democratic Party, how it's been infiltrated by the feminist movement. And it's the truth. I know the feminist movement when I see it. And the Democratic Party has been infiltrated by the feminist movement. If you know the Democratic Party try to be everything for everybody. Oh, we're further, they rarely mention black people anymore. They mention people of color, they mention women, people of color, LGBTQ, Latinos, everybody. Really except for black men. Because when they say women, that's including black women. I've even seen women get on some of those, they was having a march, he said, we're here for women, Latinos, immigrants, LGBTQ, people of color. Who did she leave out? Black men. You see, when Barack Obama was running for president, black men took hold of that. When Biden ran for president, he was doing very poor in the polls. But when Clinton, we had to go back to Hillary. When Hillary was running, black women got their nose in that. She actually won the popular vote, but she still lost in the key areas. And let's face it, this is not a democracy. It's now every vote counts. That's not true in this system. Okay, when Biden was running, Biden was losing in the primaries. Did you know that? When Clyburn, I think it's Roy Clyburn in North Carolina, he's the minority whip. He endorsed Biden, and that's when Biden started climbing in the polls. Same thing happened with Bill Clinton. When Bill Clinton first ran for president, he wasn't doing very well. Jesse Jackson went to him and said, Reagan and George H.W. Bush, they haven't been allowing the Haitians in, and they've both been sinking, killing people. If you agree to allow the Haitians in, I'd endorse you for president. And so Bill Clinton agreed, and the rest is history. Jesse Jackson is responsible for Bill Clinton being able to become president. But did he thank Jesse Jackson? That's the only reason the Haitians was allowed here. And now they want to even throw shade on us. Okay, back to current day. Kamala Harris runs. What happens? They treat her like it's a sister girl movement. Like, vote for her because she's a black woman. Oh, women this, women that. But see, what people don't tell you that is the feminist movement has killed everything, especially in the black community. It's ruined the black community. See, I'm going to get back to that. First, I'm going to finish with the presidential elections. When Kamala Harris ran, they said she's not doing very well with black men, which she was. They think that black men and black women got to run neck and neck or we failed. We don't have to do everything perfect. Get out of that white supremacist thinking that black people have to be perfect. Because we got a lot of that in us. Black people got to be perfect or we failed. Black men and black women run close to each other in elections and percentage wise more than any other people. But they got you thinking we're failing. What happened was the Kamala Harris campaign reacted? No. You know what they did? When you saw her rallies, you saw everyone standing behind her. Men, everyone. I heard there was be a lot of black men in the audience, but you didn't see any standing behind her. They had poor strategy because they had feminists running it. And I tell you, and see, feminism ruined the black community. Back in the 60s, 70s, black people was getting ready to take off again economically. Black men was building co-ops and money was being pumped into the black community. But you know what happened? The white supremacists thought of a good idea that was good for them. Promote the black woman and move the black man to the side. And the women fell for it. When affirmative action was started, it wasn't started to help black people. It was started to ruin black people. Because who got all the jobs? First I said no, we didn't benefit us. It didn't. Black men. They started electing, they're not electing, but hiring black women onto, they started hiring black women onto government jobs because they saw black women as a double minority, female and black. Well, the black men couldn't get those jobs. If you notice, most black women on high-paying jobs, six figures or high-paying jobs, they're usually government jobs. But black men who own high-paying jobs is usually through his own business or a corporation. But and then many of the black women start making fun of black men. I can get a job and you can't. They start divorcing. Didn't want to marry anymore. I don't need her. There was a saying back in the 70s that black women started saying, an N word ain't S-H-I-T. Talking about black men. Like the same people who consider black men an N word don't consider them one also. They used to say that all the time. Because they could get those government jobs when they couldn't. But black men was getting jobs through corporations. A black man don't have to go to college like a woman does. He can go to a factory warehouse and make just as much or more money as she make with her degree. Because the job women traditionally take don't pay enough money. The jobs that men traditionally take can take over and traditionally get on. Can take care of a family. Then many black men go to trade school. Most millionaires did not come from college. They came from the trades or somewhere else. Most millionaires never went to college. Most billionaires never went to college. College is not, they say black women are most educated. College is not education. Black men are just as educated. K through 12 is education. College is training. That's all it is, training. You went to 4-year trade school and you take 2 years, learn a whole lot of BS you're never going to use anyway. You can start a business through the trades and become a millionaire. You can go get your degree and get your job. Which I'm not saying black women need to do that now, don't get me wrong. Because they can't get good high paying jobs without a degree. But a man can. Our community was taken off in the 60s and 70s. And feminism ruined it. And that's what ruined the Democratic Party. Let's be honest. Most men want to see LGBTQ people get their rights. I do. We don't want to see them discriminated against. We don't want them thrown up in our face all the time, every time. We for this, but just say we're for all people. You don't have to go down the line. Most straight men don't want to hear nothing about no LGBTQ because he don't like you putting that on the same level as his race. And black women shouldn't like that. A person's sexual preference has nothing to do with being a race or with anyone's race. A lot of people will say, well, they discriminated against the homosexuals. It's just like with black people. No, it's not like with black people. Your sexual preference has nothing to do with our race. So cut that foolishness out. Getting the gnats around here. I thought I got rid of them. But look, let's stay every time I cut these lights on. But look, so men and women follow feminism. What did you get out of it? No marriages. You're around here 40 years, 35, 40 years old, still dating like you're 18 years old because you went to college and got your career together and said you didn't need a man. Just somebody started knocking you upside your head and you're talking about we're not protected. One man's burden are you under? None. I'm not going out here defending just any old woman who decided to go out here and box. When she started getting her head bashed in, I'm supposed to put my life and health on the line for women who walk down the street don't even want to speak to me. See me coming and go. I look down at her phone and I'm supposed to put my life on the line for her. You better go get covered by a man. Get your husband or something. See, there was a time when women, very survival depended on men when life was hard. But men have built the world and made it so sophisticated and made it so easy for women that now they figure they no longer need a man until they need a man. You see, what happened with the Democratic Party, getting back to the Democratic Party, they took on feminist ideology and it turned a lot of men off, including some black men, even though black men still voted above 80% for Kamala Harris. I voted for her. Now they're saying it's like 87%. That was really just a 5 percentage difference point between black men and women. And by there being many more black voters than black men, when you look at the numeral count, more black women numeral wise voted for Trump than men. So it sort of balances itself off. But see, they always like to tell you the black male perspective, but never the female when it comes to voting. A 5% different point in a national election is almost a dead heat, give or take a few. See, I tell you what white supremacy started this feminist movement. When it started by white men mistreating white women so bad. Wouldn't let them work, that's where the right to work bill come from. Wouldn't let them vote. They were treating white women bad also. So they started the feminist movement. Black women joined in, which I don't know why, because the black man wasn't oppressing you. You could work. He wasn't giving you less money for the same pay. You worked right along with him. The white woman started the feminist movement. She'll leave those rallies, talk all that BS all on TV and everywhere, go home and be a wife and mother. The black woman come home, bring that mess to her man, fussing and arguing with him, but he's not responsible for all of that. Marriages broke down, families broke down. You can't build a strong, you can talk about building up a community how you want to. You cannot build a strong community without families. That's why the Latinos can move into the black area in 10, 15 years, they've taken it over because they got families. We got baby mamas and daddies. And most of the babies is being born by less than 20% of the men. You say, why do men cheat? Because y'all messing around with the same men. Most black men are single and childless, and they're not homosexuals either. They're just some decent men who don't want to mess around with just anything. But look, getting back to what I was talking about, the feminist movement mimics white supremacy. Did you ever notice that? It mimics white supremacy. When just look at social media. When a white person see black people on social media misbehaving, what do? When they see a white person first, they talk about the fight. If they're fighting. They see black people fighting, they talk about their race. When a black man does something black women don't like, what does she do? She put it on him being a man, talk about him as a man, as a black man. When you mention black people to white supremacists, what do? Their mind automatically go to the worst of black people. When you mention black men to black women, what do? Their mind automatically go to the worst of black men. You start talking about the good fathers, because statistics say black fathers engage more and are the best fathers. When you say it to a black woman, the first thing she say, well, what about these that's not with their children? Her mind automatically go to the worst. A lot of them not with you because of you. That's why. Most men, black men, not with their children because of you. And you know it. But then again, when 16 to 18% of men are making 80% of the children in the black community, which baby mama is he supposed to be with? Number 2, 3, 10. I knew a guy 28 years old. He's in his 30s now and he's had more children since then. I don't know how many. Even when he was 28, he had 18 children, 10 baby mamas. And he's got more now. Now, which one of those homes he's supposed to be in? Oh, he's a deadbeat dad. You knew that in the first place. I'm keep choosing wrong. No, because you are wrong. You're the one person in that whole equation. If I keep getting with bad women, you say, "Oh, he is like them on no good ratchet women." But you choosing wrong. When you keep choosing something on a certain level, that's your level. You just don't like the outcome, but that's your level. Because women tend to always think that they deserve more than they do, more than what they are. But back to what I was showing at the show, saying at the show how feminism with black women mimics white supremacy doctrine. Because, okay, look on social media. What do you see black women posting all day long? Post demeaning black men. Not men, but black men. Cause see, black women, you've noticed, black women never talk against white men. They never say nothing negative against white men. Unless he did something to them, they'll talk about what he did. Black women never clown white men. I can give you an example. She'll put up a post of a white man. Oh, he's so cute. He's so fine. Then put a post of a black man, an AI picture she found of a black man in a dress to mock him. All day long, these N words this, these N words that. While black men putting up pictures of black queens, calling them queens, black of the berry, the sweet of the juice. Guys need to stop simping. Start clowning them like they clown you because I'm petty like that. But I don't do it because I don't care. I'm talking about you all who are into that. So you putting up all them old compliments, treat them like they treat you. The They had a thing called the Red Dress Run in New Orleans and many other cities, where everyone they were running for charity, and everyone in the run they put on red dresses, the women and the men. You know, not a lot of black men participated, a few, It was mostly white men, and and the black men, it's some men I wouldn't do it. Most men I know wouldn't do it, but some men who just comfortable. They have no problem. They comfortable in doing that for charity, depending on where they come from, because they may come from a point, maybe a point in life, and they're around people who are not as judgmental. So I can't say they're homosexual because they put on a dress and run. Some people are comfortable with that. I wouldn't, but that don't have nothing to do with me though. Those who want to do it, that's up to them. So what happened was I saw white women put up posts of white and black men, and they were thanking them for participating in the run for charity, how much money was raised and all. But every post I saw black women put up, there was never a white man in it. It was always the few black men who was there accusing him of being a homosexual. And you all know where that came from, always accusing black men of being homosexual? That came from white supremacy. You know how it happened? White men saw how white women was liking black men more than them. Oh, you'd be surprised how white women come at you. Old as I am, I have young white women coming at me. I ain't gonna tell you what happened. But look, the so they said, remember when they put up say we're gonna make black new gay? They weren't talking about black women, they were talking about black men. And what happened was they were putting out this ideology. You have to be careful because we all under the same white supremacist ideology. Because many of us say the same thing about black people that the white supremacists say. Because we're under that same ideology and it gets into your head. That's why you have to be careful. Accusing black men of being homosexual, I don't like saying gay. They make it sound too good. But accusing black men of being homosexual was a white supremacy thing to keep them, to make him look bad in front of the white woman. But you know what happened? It backfired. The white woman didn't care. Accusing him of being on the down low. White women didn't care. But black women picked it up and ran away with it. All day long you see black women accusing black men, putting up pictures like all black men are homosexual. That's where you got it from and don't even realize it. You are another arm of white supremacy. Black women, you are another arm of white supremacy when it comes to black men. You notice, when a black man talk about black people, he talk about black people. When a white woman start talking, who does she talk about? Black women. Excuse me. You know I'm telling the truth. You may not like it, but because you don't like it, don't mean it's not true. You have to stop thinking because you don't like something that is not true. Black women has become another enemy that the black man has to look out for. Because you're working along with this white supremacist and don't even know it. If you tear down black men all the time, who is that benefiting? Them. Them folks, not us. Those white women, none of them said anything about those white men being homosexual for participating in that charitable run. But each post I saw the black women put up, they was accusing the men of being homosexuals. And not only them, many of the black men did also because many of them were raised by women and they think like women. And our community is in such disarray, and we start trying to go in the right path now. Maybe in 2, 3 generations we'll be okay, but it's not gonna be overnight. We have no ethics, we have no standards, we have no culture. That BS y'all talking about your hair, how you wear your hair, and music and clothes, that's not what you call culture. Is supposed to set ethics and standards, not just how you dress. We don't have no culture. What's standards do we have? What standards do we have for marriage? What code of conduct do we have? We have none. That's why everybody do as they please and say nobody better not say nothing. We are a people in disarray, and it's not going to straighten us up out anytime soon, if ever. It may not ever. That's why I say, if you know better and can do better, you need to go on with you and your family. And quit worrying about these other folks. Worry about your people. Because we are in such disarray, I don't see a comeback. Because we're not even trying, because we won't admit it. I used to talk about how the immigrants didn't want, black immigrants didn't want to be around us. Now I can sort of see why. They saw no ethics, no codes, no motive of operation from us. We just do as we please. We go on cruise ship. We want to take our own music, Bluetooth speaker. Think we don't have to follow any rules. I have people come in my studio. I tell them certain things they can and can't do. You gotta see how they walk about it. It's not about what you want to do, it's what you're gonna do up in here. It's how you're gonna do it. Everybody think they gotta do what they want to do. And when people put some standards on you, you think they're picking on you. They tell you you can't bring no Bluetooth speaker on Carnival Cruise and play your own music when we already got an app. They say they have an atmosphere that they set. That's why they're at Carnival Cruise. So like you go in the jazz club. Then they're playing jazz and you come door with a Bluetooth speaker, want to put boots on the ground, and you think they're gonna go for that? Then when they tell you can't do it, you think they're picking on you because you're not used to rules and standards. Do as you please. That don't work in other folks' stuff. And the Democratic Party has messed itself up by falling into feminism. Feminism destroys everything that it comes in contact with. Black men need to take back control of our communities so we can live more vibrant and start back building ourselves up like we was doing in the 60s and 70s before feminism took hold. They started keeping the men off jobs. The women, black women calling the police on men for nothing, having them men beaten and thrown in jail. It's getting a little better now, but that was the time, man, I tell you, man didn't have no recourse, so he just kind of laid back and let the women take charge and he ruined everything. Everything black men started was successful. Black men built the Democratic machine. Jesse Jackson, Andrew Young, Julian Bond, Roy Ennis. They went through different organizations. The black women think they just get on social media and talk that sister girl BS and think people gonna vote for you. In anything, you turn most people off. Black women are the ones you better have voted in high numbers because you turned everybody else off, including some black men. You think somebody want to sit and listen to you talk about how you're everything and they're nothing? Oh, they're men, they acting like little babies. Well, why did you start the feminist movement? You was acting like little, or got into the feminist movement. You didn't want to see women doing things. Was you acting like little babies? When people say stuff against you, you don't like it. Are you acting like a big female baby? Black men can have feelings just like everybody else can. Black men, you need to quit letting these women put you in a little box. You can do this and you can't do that. If you do that, you gay. If you do that, you do that. You ain't a real man. You worry about being real women. And let men worry about being men, because most of you act like men. That's why you can't get a husband. And a man want a masculine woman. Well, little simp beta males, they like masculine women, but masculine, successful men get with feminine women. And if you're 20 years old, talking about, I'm gonna start putting on my, no, it's not something you put on and take off. If you're not feminine by the time you're 20 years old, you're just a lost cause. That's something you brought up to be. So a man don't have to think about being masculine. He's just that. You don't have to, why I look like coming to a woman to my be masculine for the right woman? As I am or I'm not. It's not something you talk about, it's just something you are. If a woman gotta come to you talk about Feminism, forget her. That's not her. You'd see it. And you know what? They know feminism is a soft power. It's got power. Because you let it be a woman act all hard. Let her want something from you. She'll come up to you all nice and soft, smiling, batting them eyes, and she knows it's got a soft power, so she know what it is. She just don't want to be it until she wants something. I'm gonna be honest with you. A stud will act feminine when she wants something from you. A stud who's supposed to be acting like a man. Matter of fact, studs have more pleasant person. Once you get past that exterior, they have a more pleasant personality and more feminine quality than the supposedly straight women, to be honest with you. But if you gotta be trying to start being feminine at 19, 20, 21, forget it. Go on and get your beta male and take care of him. You'll Pookie or Ray Ray. Because you're not gonna get a Paul Raymond. You're gonna get a man, but it's not gonna be the right kind of man. Any woman can get a man, but what kind of man is he? This feminist movement, when black women need to leave that mess alone. It's destroyed the black community. When we were building, they couldn't get us with nothing. You know how they got us? With feminism. They separated the black woman from the black man. But really, the black woman separated the black man from her. Talk to the black woman. If you could be in a conversation with her, you talking about black people. When she start talking, look at it in the panel. When the black woman start talking, she's just gonna talk about black women. Vivica Fox and her group, they said when you say black people, you're not talking about black women. When they had the Ice Cube was supposed to have that little fake contract with America, they went to him angry, talking about they gotta fix up something for black women and got angry at him because he wouldn't. You better fall in line and get with the program. I'm not fixing up nothing special for you. Who the hell you think you are? If if every time a black man is refined, polished, and articulate, he gets accused of being a homosexual. But see, that personality, white women and Asian women and all of them like. So that black businessman who's refined, polished, and articulate, and can show a range of emotion, they come and treat him nice. While you calling him a homosexual, they come and treat him nice, and you wonder why the high earning and high quality men get with other women. You don't want him. He's lame. He's dull. He's boring. He's a homosexual. But the other women don't see him like that. Anytime you're losing, look at yourself and see why you're losing instead of blaming everyone else. Now, when it came to those, I told you on another video, why it seemed like the government is going after black women. They're not. They're going after black people. The reason a lot of black women are losing those high-paying jobs is because during affirmative action, they was able to get those jobs black men want. Most black women making high figures are working for the government. Black men are working for corporations or his own business. That's why it seems like they're going after black women. They were putting black women all in government position. Biden putting black women all in. He thanked black women for his election when Clyburn down in North Carolina was responsible for him even picking up in the polls, and black men voted in a high percentage for him. But he left black men completely out. Put all those black women in, and now they wonder why all those black women are losing jobs. That's why. But that's your problem, not ours. Because you ran off and left black men when you start making all that money. See, black when men make money, they see it as a reason to get married and have a family, get a woman. When black women make money in excess, they see it as a reason that I don't need a man. That's why you used to have out of wedlock birth women having a baby for the first time in their teens. Now they're in their 30s and 40s having babies for the first time. 14 is now 34. 20 is now 40. That's just how far behind you are. You see, what happens is it separates you from black men, got you these jobs, and now you're losing them. You criticize black men. They had a program called a report called the Monahan Scissors. So I always got to bring stuff back to us because we got unique situations from other people. And you say, he started off with one thing, so no, I'm still on the same thing. It's just that with black people, we got some unique situations. And I don't see it getting any better. If we start now, maybe 3 generations, 2, 3 generations, it may improve. But look, in the Monahan Scissors report, they saw where when white men got more better employed, white women on welfare went down at the same rate. So they start opening up the unions and the jobs for black men to get more black women off welfare. But as the black male job increased, the black women on welfare, as it stayed the same as many times, increased. The black woman chose welfare over a working man because she saw any signs of money on her own, meaning that she doesn't need a man. So this mess is not the black man's creation; it's your creation. And she chose welfare over a working man. Now I have to say, many of them still had a man in the house because some worked with the man. She'd get an apartment, Section 8, but they didn't have Section 8 with that. They had the public housing, but they weren't paying any rent. He worked, they saved up money, soon bought them a house. But that wasn't the majority of them. Which I thought that was a good idea because you manipulate the system that's available to you. And if the government's system is what's available to black people, that's what they're going to manipulate. But you don't choose welfare over a working man. Well, you all did. And see, that's why I say black women got those government jobs. And most black women earn 6 figures earned through the federal government. And you chose not to share it with a man or be with a man unless he's making as much or more than you, but he didn't say that to you. But you'll be with Pookie and Ray Ray who's broke and take care of him. You only got all these stipulations for decent men. See, your baby daddy 5'6" and broke. But when you get with a decent man, he got to be 6 feet tall and make 6 figures. But Pooh can be 5'6" and broke. And you still have a baby with him. But see, the thing is, like I said, you women who lost your jobs, I can't have no pity for you. Like I said before in the other video, there's some farm work available, but you have to speak Spanish. Say, hey, Blas Spano. Thank you for tuning in to No More Water. 5. Next time. Thanks.